a team that also struggled on the defensive side, and it led to a complete overhaul on that side of the ball, the LSU Tigers. You look at LSU's personnel. Just look at their personnel, measure them in a combine setting, put them in drills and work them out. You're going to be blown away with the talent that they have. You are. They have a ridiculous amount of talent. Now, that talent does not necessarily always mean to cohesiveness, does not always lean into being united with their defensive run fits. It doesn't always mean they're going to be on the same page in the back end. I mean, goodness gracious, we're talking about a team that allowed 47 points per game in their losses last year, and they do not have Jaden Daniels anymore. Jaden Daniels, a first-round quarterback, a couple of first-round wide receivers. Their offensive coordinator, Mike Denbrock, is gone. So the defense, they're going to have to play much, much better if LSU is going to sustain any level of consistency as far as the win-loss column is concerned. Brian Kelly went out, evaluated the entire landscape. He decided that former Missouri defensive coordinator Blake Baker is the best available candidate, went out and made him the highest paid assistant coach in college football. Now, Blake Baker is super aggressive, and he really empowers his personnel to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback, and he's got some pieces. Paris Shand, Harold Perkins, Braden Swinson, you have some known commodities. Now it's about getting those guys to play where they have to play every single game at a level that they just didn't play at any point last year. If you look at Harold Perkins in particular, they moved him from defensive end, where he just had to rush the passer on obvious third down passing situations. They moved him off the ball. It just wasn't good. Really wasn't good. Now, I don't think people disagree with me here. A lot of people think, well, hey, just go put him at defensive end. Okay, well, fine. He's not great against the run. And on obvious passing downs, yeah, he's a handful. Probably the best in the sport. Then how many obvious passing downs are there? What percentage of the offensive snaps are obvious passing downs? 22, 23% of the offensive snaps? So you're only maximizing his ability on 1/4 of the offensive snaps. So I think moving him off the ball where he can have a little bit more of an impact is important, but he has to break out like he did in 22 here in 24. If he doesn't, he's going to, I think he will, by the way. Like, I don't know how you can justify. Now, you look at the numbers. He had 15 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and interceptions. So there were some good moments, but the good moments were too few and far between. Hopefully, Blake Baker will put him in a position to be really aggressive, and they have to fix the secondary as well. It's an experienced group, so that should be impactful. 6 of last year's top 7 DBs return, but the problem is they were really inconsistent in coverage. They did bring in Jordan Gilbert from Texas A&M and former Ohio State corner J.K. Johnson and Jair Brown. Those guys, I think, are going to have to step up. But the secondary is the one thing I'll be paying very close attention to with LSU as we continue to navigate throughout the offseason.